is because you're stuck in Aaron camp. Here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna tell you one story about Aaron. It should tell you everything you need to know about Aaron. He's not that talented. And so for me, don't work with Aaron, dude. He's a fucking hack. I worked with you and Aaron. He's a fucking hack, dude.
That's so crazy, that reputation, though. Like, I heard that from Kyle. I heard that from Lionsgate. I heard that a lot. I told John. I said that he has no heart into his stuff. Like, it's action, but it's the same shit. That's the problem. That's really the problem.
Off of you, dude.
So, let me go on webcam for this. So, Aaron from Bad in the Sun. You might know him from, that's Henry's video. You might know him from my video that I made last year in August. That did really, really well. It got 53K views from people watching it. A lot of positive reception amongst the community. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people said it was a very good video. A lot of people claimed it to be my magnum opus of a video, that so many people loved it so much. It was so good that Aaron threatened to sue me if I didn't answer his DMs. So context for the situation, I made this video on Aaron, and then Aaron made a video, Aaron sent DMs to me for not answering by saying, so this is the first DMs I got from Aaron back in like August or September, by saying, would you like to interview me? I saw you were making accusations and assumptions. And then I didn't reply, and then he messaged me the next day by saying, I see you are leaving me on red. Can you interview me and ask the questions instead of accusing me of falsely, or I'll have my lawyers to contact you, your choice. So Aaron was not the biggest fan of the video. Whether he watched the video or not, because Aaron doesn't watch the videos, he reads the comments. That's where he'll mostly focus on. So Aaron allegedly watched the video, but he threatened to send his lawyers after me if I did not respond to his DMs, which led to this, which is, where is the other message? Give me one moment. Okay, so because I did not respond to Aaron's DMs, he then posted this on his Facebook, posting my face, I guess you could say dox me in a way, posting my YouTube channel on there, my video on there, my face on there, by saying, there are a lot of talkers and haters online. This guy posted a video full of false info and edited my interview, so a lot of details were missing. So I reached out so he could ask me directly, and he won't respond. Liars and cowards. And then Henry in the chat says, I wonder if Aaron will give me an interview. I would take it. You know, I would take it as well. I think I could have a sit down with Aaron maybe. We could both have a sit down with Aaron, interrogate Aaron, ask Aaron some questions. Because I'm sure a lot of fans have a lot of questions to ask Aaron. But if you ask the questions like, where is Legend of the White Dragon? Or why is the movie taking so long? He will not respond to you. He will say, you know nothing about the film industry. And then 20 other fans will tell you the exact same thing. So, for those who don't know, there is a leaked call between Jason David Frank and Aaron from Bat in the Sun that has leaked out. I have yet to listen to it. I listened to the first couple of minutes of Henry's video where it had clips of the call. But we are going to listen to the whole thing in one sitting, give my thoughts, because I've heard it's quite spicy with everything going on. So this is my raw reaction. I'm live. I barely do live streams these days, but you'll just get, Alan saying you'll just get one-winded answer, and so he can say nothing. And then Henry saying, I have an explosive Legend of the White Dragon insider exposing the real reason why the movie has been delayed. Okay, so tune into Henry's stream to find out why the movie has been delayed today or tomorrow, whatever time zone you're in. And then watch the clips, because there's the real reason why this movie has been delayed. And once we get an answer on that stream, I am definitely making a follow-up video. That is the right audio. Okay, react to the video. Okay, react to the video. That is the right audio. I feel like this would be like the best way to react to it as well, because I have not. It's the same video without animations. Okay, cool. All right then, I'll react to your video. Give me one moment. Window capture. Window capture. Let's see. Window. This one. Okay. All right. And you can probably see everything I've been watching on YouTube right now, so ignore that, please. All right, then. So let's react to Henry's video.
The money
Nothing.
stuff? Yeah, he
Nothing.
hides Nikolai, but you know the money stuff?
All right.
The money
Nothing.
stuff? Yeah.
Okay, so 3, 2,
The money-
1. Let's react.
Nothing.
Yeah, he hides
Nothing.
Nikolai, but you know the money situation I text you? That was the deal. We got $4 million. He takes $2 million.
You heard that? Let me rewind that. Let me rewind that.
The money
Nothing.
stuff? Yeah, he hides
Nothing.
Nikolai, but you know the money situation I text you? That was the deal. We got $4 million. He takes $2 million.
I wonder who wanted 2 million. Let's keep listening.
To direct. And I'm like, what the is that? Like, if we got $4 million to do something, you want $2 million to direct? Well, that's the deal.
Dude,
No,
put on the screen. Put on the screen.
no, it's not. Well, dude, $2 million to direct a $4 million movie?
Wait. Hey, Aaron, I received information that if Legend of the White Dragon raised $4 million and you wanted $2 million to direct it, is this true, or is someone feeding me information lying on you? Oh, Henry super chatted. Oh, okay. So my super chat sound is working. Henry super chatted $5 was saying, appreciate the support, man. Thanks for covering this topic. How do you think Aaron will respond? I think Aaron will not respond, or he'll probably send lawyers after people who cover this, or he'll probably... I wouldn't be surprised if he calls it AI. That's one thing. He'll say AI, or people are spreading negativity and stuff like that. That's what he's probably going to do. But let's read these juicy DMs where someone said, hey, Aaron, I received information that if Legend of the White Dragon raised $4 million and you wanted $2 million to direct it, is this true, or is someone feeding me false information, lying on you? The person made it seem as with whatever the person that made it seem as if whatever Legend of the White Dragon made you direct wanted half the budget to direct. Please check your DMs. Okay. All right. So apparently Aaron wanted $2 million to direct it. He wanted $2 million to direct Legend of the White Dragon, which is crazy. And we've seen the leaked footage. That does not look like a $2 million budget film. It looks like the room of Power Ranger films. It's crazy. Okay. Let's go. And then Aaron replied back by saying, hey, that's false. I should do my best Aaron impression. Hey, that's false. I'm not sure who gave you that info, but it's false. Thanks for letting me know. Hope all is well.
I can't raise $4 million and pay you $2 million. What the is that? That's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, if I got 500, he wants at 500,000, even a $500,000 budget, he wants 250, half.
Holy shit, he wants half of that? That's crazy. That is crazy that he wanted half the money.
There are lots of fans with mixed feelings regarding the delays with Legend of the White Dragon, as well as Aaron himself.
I don't like Aaron either. This is where it's going.
I'm not his biggest fan, but I am a fan of Jason David Frank, and despite my criticism against...
And I just want to get this out too. Ever since my video I posted on Aaron, there has been a lot of people. It's weird. There's just like one stalker guy where we're at, like, I mostly see him on Henry's channel, but what's weird is I've seen him on other people's channels that I watch, and he'll spread that same thing by saying, oh, Ash is here to spread hate about Jason David Frank. Dude, I'm watching a Spider-Man essay video. What are you doing here? Or a Dragon Ball review. What are you doing here? It's crazy.
Aaron, I am still looking forward to the release of Legend of the White Dragon, whenever that may be. With that being said,
What did I do? I sped it up by accident. So I'm also looking forward to Legend of the White Dragon as well. I don't care if it's going to be good. I don't care if it's going to be bad. I just want to see JDF's final passion project, that he put a lot of work into it. And I just want to see the movie. I know I've made comments by saying this movie is probably going to be a one and done. Once it goes to Netflix or streaming or wherever it goes, we're all going to talk about it for a week. And then we probably won't talk about it again, like with Cosmic Fury or everything else that came to streaming, or Once and Always, where we talked about it for 2 weeks, and then we didn't talk about it at all, unless like we brought it up in conversation about certain things, like certain characters. But yeah.
I do find Aaron to be a bit misleading, as he writes off fair criticism often as people being negative instead of responding to the criticism.
That is also true. Like, if you watch the latest live stream that he did at like his grandmother's farm, like he said, like a lot of people, like as soon as like people were criticizing the leaks, he would say people are negative, they're naysayers, they don't know what they're talking about and stuff like that. And it's crazy. Like he'll do the classic. Anyone who's like negative or gives criticism online is just he'll just say they're just like being a negative or a naysayer. It's like he doesn't try to respond. He just says, oh, you're just being negative. Or he'll say, you don't know anything about the film industry. You don't know what goes into it and stuff like that.
Not to mention him blatantly saying he didn't ask for half of the Legend of White Dragon budget, with Jason vehemently saying that he did.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting.
Also, I wonder how Aaron will receive this, because the last time we heard unreleased Jason David Frank audio, he was saying how much he didn't like Lord Draken.
Okay, here's the controversial Lord Draken stuff.
Nicole, you to reach out to everything that has Lord Draken on it. IGN, everybody that has Lord Draken. I want to send a letter that I own the digital rights, and they must pull it off their channel. I don't want no Lord Draken stuff out there.
Which Aaron was.
It sucks that he feels about this way about like Lord Draken in retrospective, whether he loved that character or hated it. My tinfoil hat theory is that he didn't want the video being re-uploaded, because there was a lot of people who would just re-upload that video and stuff like that and sort of monetize off it. And then later it disappeared off his channel and stuff like that. But it is what it is. And then we're going to probably get into the Kyle leak call that we've heard before.
Was instrumental in getting released. Furthermore, Aaron was there when the anti-Kyle Higgins audio was released, accusing Kyle of stealing ideas from Jason and not giving him credit.
So I made it clear with Boom, they offered me a signing for these books. They're doing some kind of, it's not a Kickstarter, it's like, I don't know what the hell it is, but I made it.
Okay, so I kind of know the context for this. So when it was the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, or leading up to the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, what Boom Studios did is they did a Kickstarter where you could get hardcovers for all the comics at the time of the Mighty Morphin run when that finished. So you could get hardcovers for the Necessary Evil, Beyond the Grid, and stuff like that. And I believe it was different Rangers that got involved in that story arc, and I think Draken was on one of the covers. I'm just reading the chat, sorry. And I believe Draken was one of the hardcover characters. It's that Draken cover that's out there. I don't know if I want to pull it up now. I might pull it up now. Give me one moment. This was the Kickstarter they did in 2022 where you would you would get hardcovers of most of the comics at the time. Came with this box, came with this image. I think it came with autographs of Amy and Joe and stuff like that. You got the slipcases. So there's special covers you could get. You could get the Megazord stand to put it in. If I remember correctly, you could get the box. Yeah, so this is the Kickstarter that they did all those years ago. And I'm guessing that it was Draken stuff or JDF stuff you could get signed. Let's see, yes, stretch goals. Let's see, stretch goals. Let me just see if you can find Jason David Frank when you type in. Yeah, so there was limited autograph tiers. Thrilled to have Jason David Frank, Amy Jo Johnson, David Yost, Walter Jones, Karen Ashley, and Steve Cardenas as part of his campaign. So I think those were the limited prizes you could get with this. Alrighty, so let me go back to reacting to the thing.
Clear. I ain't signing no Draken books. I made it clear that I don't like Kyle Higgins. I made it very clear to Boom that we have the rights to the Green Ranger series. I also made it very clear if we ever decided to, they're screwed. But I did tell them I'm not signing Draken books. Anyway, just letting you know, just a heads up. But I made it very clear to them what we've done and what Kyle has stole. So I just thought I'd tell you that. It was a good chance to tell them, you know.
Now, Aaron is on the wrong end of unreleased Jason David Frank audio.
Here we go.
I wonder how he will take it. But make no mistake, the person who sent me this audio is not a fan of Aaron's. I received this audio from a person using a Proton email, which is the preferred email of people who want to remain anonymous because of the end-to-end encryption its service offers, where only the user can truly see their emails.
Okay.
The email reads,
I don't use Proton, but I know that I work in some online stuff where people say they use Proton emails. We got a few new people in the chat. We got Legendary Batman. We got Donald Nevitt. Thank you for everyone showing up. I'll try and answer your stuff in the comment chat later. It's just I'm trying to react to the video, but I'll get to whenever I can. So I might respond to the chat now because I don't want to get too distracted. Let's see. I wonder if this is why Kevin Porter, Batten, the Sun actor, isn't interacting with Aaron anymore. I don't even know they had a falling out. Jay, did you get the Kyle Higgins mention yet? Not yet. Oh, the Kyle Higgins mention yet. I don't know. I have those hardcovers, are incredible, and I think it might be the Shattered Grid one. Yeah, I think that they had Draken for the Shattered Grid one. It was a variant cover they did for the Shattered Grid crossover. Yeah, no, that was the cover as well, that was in the audio. Not So Smart Guy at 2625 says, hot take, hate when the comic companies start Kickstarters for hardcovers and stuff. I don't understand why it needs to be Kickstarted. I think it's just mostly a bonus that you can get. Skylar Kinnery says, I thought that Bat in the Sun is like the other version of Death Battle, but now I realize that Aaron's true colors, especially when he lied about everything. Yeah. Megadon, yeah, I think they shouldn't be kickstarted. Joshua asking about Ultraman. I don't care too much about Ultraman right now. Donald says they did it for all the comics until they split into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers run. Okay, that's what they did. I thought so. Okay. Alrighty, cool.
And guys, take this with a huge grain of salt. Hey Henry, dig the channel. With Aaron having a moment on HBO while still capping the truth about White Dragon, I thought you pointing out his new house was real interesting.
That was interesting as well when Aaron brought that up in the stream. Like, he lives in LA. He just bought a house. And me and Henry had to talk about this as well. He bought a house in LA. We don't know what Aaron does for money. He's not making bank off his YouTube channel. That is for sure. Aaron is not making bank off his YouTube channel. He's not getting legacy views or anything like that. No doubt about it. I mean, as a YouTuber, I barely scrape by. I mean, I'll make roughly about $100 to $200 a month on all the content I post out. Because like I don't make a lot of money on YouTube despite videos doing well. I'm not making thousands and thousands of money on YouTube. I'm making like chump change, and that chump change I make at the end of the month will pay my bills. It will keep the lights on. But yeah, I'm probably getting that OnlyFans money as well. Doubt it. I doubt she's even like the top 1% on OnlyFans. Necrom says, I think I heard of JDF and Aaron debate because of Mr. Weenie Productions was talking about it and made a video on it. Mr. Weenie's an interesting one. I've got no bad blood against the guy. But it's funny that Aaron did run to him during my drama for him to play the leaked audio of Kyle Higgins and Lord Draken and stuff like that. So that's interesting that Aaron chose certain YouTubers to run to when this drama went down, being Legacy of Nerd, Mr. Weenie. I don't know what the other YouTubers were that he ran to, but if he ran to anyone who I knew, then that would be very interesting, that he tried turning people in the community that I was close friends with against me, which is interesting. And yeah, houses in California aren't cheap, and you need to make bank to get a house there. That is very true. Like, even I'm Australian, I know that houses in California are not cheap. And especially if he bought it, then that's interesting. Okay.
One who knew JDF knew how much he liked voice memos, and God knows there's a lot of them out there about a lot of people, including Aaron. But he also liked to record conversations sometimes. I've got one for you from May 2019 with Dinesh Shamdasani, who used to own and run Valiant Comics.
That's interesting. They used to own and run Valiant Comics. So stuff like Bloodshot and stuff like that, that's what they used to own.
Turns out that web series Valiant did with Aaron is why Dinesh got thrown out of his company.
That's crazy. So if you remember, JDF and Aaron were doing this Bloodshot short film or movie, and JDF was going to be Bloodshot. And then the Vin Diesel movie or something came out later. But Aaron is the reason why this Dinesh guy got thrown out of the company. And Aaron embezzled at least $250,000. That's crazy. That is crazy.
He says Aaron embezzled at least $250,000.
Alam, I don't know how far behind you are when I do this stream because of latency and stuff like that, but can you time out Joshua William Overder for like 30 minutes? Because they're just saying useless shit in the chat. Okay.
A lot of people tired of this guy capping about everything, talking on behalf of somebody who's gone. Disgusting.
And that's what I was upset with Aaron about, because if you remember when Once and Always was coming out, that's when Aaron started talking on behalf of Jason David Frank by saying, oh, Draken was a stolen idea. Boom Studios stole this. Amy Jo Johnson stole my idea for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return. He would always speak on behalf of Jason David Frank. And because Aaron was his best friend, some people didn't question it. Some people didn't question it, and some people would basically take his word for it. And I didn't take his word for it. I was one of those people that doubted him. J Smooth Soul Reaction says, dude, let the audio play for 5 seconds. Look, J Soul, I'm a seasoned VOD streamer watcher. I relish in letting the video play for 30 seconds and then rambling on for 5 minutes.
Stay resilient. And they linked the audio, JDF and Dinesh Shamdasani. The file that was shared with me was uploaded to Mega Upload of all places. And Mega Upload is the Proton mail for file sharing with end-to-end encryption. This person really does not want anyone finding out their true identity. Naturally, after I got this audio, I hit a Power Ranger insider who was aware I received the audio when I hit them up. Very strange. He said he first heard the audio 2 years ago, which is interesting considering JDF was already gone.
That's interesting. I wonder who it was.
He said 6 people so far have heard the audio. Long story short, there's a group of people out there upset at Aaron for one reason or another, and that is how this audio was delivered to me as I made their short list. He did not say what other content creators or news outlets also had the audio or was sent the audio. Now, I did reach out to Dinesh, hoping to secure an interview and even share the audio with him.
What's up, Kamen Rider 64? Ooh, DMs. So Henry messaged Dinesh by saying, I received some information that you were fired because of Aaron from Bat in the Sun embezzling money. Do you care to comment on the story before it's published? Please say yes. And then Dinesh said, hilariously unfounded. I was forced to resign during a change of control. One of the investors at Valiant, DMG, liked the success and wanted it for themselves. Okay. Oh, wait, there's more. Thank you for the response. You alleged Aaron embezzled money approximately of 250K. And then the entire budget wasn't 250K. Didn't say any of that, lol. No idea about White Dragon, wasn't involved in that. And then they said, are you sure you're talking to the right person? I was only involved with Bat in the Sun on one project. Okay. Okay, and then Henry said, yes, but you wanted a direct Legend Love of the White Dragon. I am 100% correct. I'm speaking to the right person. You did the best you could and tried to talk Jason out of working with Aaron, but Jason said that Aaron contributed too much and he couldn't afford to kick Aaron to the curb. This conversation took place in May of 2019. And then they said, I planned on putting out a video on that topic talking about more. Okay, that's Henry's messages. I just want to read Denish's messages by saying, I have very little knowledge of White Dragon and no desire to direct it, lol. Call me, sounds interesting, and then probably a number. And then they say, FYI, I'm not a director, still not sure if you've got the right person. And then they say, I wasn't involved in Bat in the Sun in 2019, but that would have been someone else.
Dinesh worked with JDF and Aaron for the, I believe it's the Ninjak versus the Valiant World or something like that. Don't quote me. Don't fight me. Unfortunately, communication.
Okay. Henry said he denied everything only for his voice to be confirmed. Okay. All right then.
Broke down when he asked, which was on the phone, who my source was, and I said it was anonymous because, guys, I truly have no idea who sent this to me. And then he asked some of my personal information, and when I refused to provide it, he told me to put out my little video and not to contact him anymore. Very nice, Dinesh.
Jeez. He was like, leave me alone.
All right, appreciate that, man. And, I just want to give a disclaimer, before going forward, consider everything said with a grain of salt, as you will hear completely unfounded allegations levied against Aaron. Now, do not take them as facts. This video is just for information, entertainment purposes. Also, I want people to
hear that, Aaron. Please don't sue.
To be aware that I do suspect that the audio was altered at certain parts. Now, I'm not an audio engineer, so I provided the same link that was provided me in the email to the file in the description. So any audio engineers want to try to recover what I suspect is intentionally distorted parts to hide something and keep the focus on Aaron. Now, do not worry if content creators want to react and re-upload the audio, given to
I've got the thumbs up, guys.
Their opinion. I will not file any DMCAs against your channel. Hell, maybe Aaron will react to it. In his messages, he did say he liked to answer questions, and I got some questions at the end of this video. The biggest conundrum is Dinesh said he never said any of the things you're about to hear someone who sounds exactly like him say. Also, Aaron said he never asked for $4 million or have the budget, so there you have it. But let's start the audio.
And what's up, Chad? Hey, how's it going?
He was pissed up. Pissed up. And then at one point, he didn't want to talk to me. He's signing autographs to his fans. And I'm like, Jason, I got to talk. He's like, what'd he say?
Oh, I didn't know. Not now.
Didn't want to talk. Yeah. And then finally, he leaves his fans. He's like, afterwards, Dash. Cool. Stand up here. I'm like, cool. Finally leaves his fans. He's got 40,000 fans, right? Goes to the elevator. And I go in the elevator.
He was very popular. JDF was very popular.
I'm in the elevator with him, okay?
You put your hand right when the elevator closed.
Yeah.
And I was like, not now. I told you guys, give me a break. I don't want to talk right now.
I didn't give I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in. And I'm like, hey, Jason, gotta cut you from the fucking panel, dude. Gotta cut you. Not gonna happen. It's fucking China. Guys, what the fuck, dude? I'm the fucking CEO. I gotta give the bad news, right? Not my fucking choice. Bullshit. I would cancel the whole panel if I could. I go in there. And he's like,
No, I said it's not safe for you to be in the elevator. I said it's not safe for you.
yes.
And I said you need to leave. And what did you say? I'm not here to hurt anyone. I said, hurt anyone, motherfucker. You gonna come hurt me? The fuck you mean hurt? You're like, I didn't mean it like that.
I didn't say that.
You did.
Did I say that?
I'm not here to hurt anyone. And I instantly clicked and said, hurt
Very
anyone.
stupid choice.
No, but you
Very
meant to
stupid
say
choice.
you're not here to hurt anyone, but I thought you meant physically hurt.
I mean, emotionally.
Yeah, emotionally. Well, I didn't know that. I was like, what the f*** are you going to do? Then, like, yeah, it was like, yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought you meant physically. I'm like, what the f*** are you going to, what does that mean? And then she's like, what? And yeah. Wasn't it the slowest elevator ride, though? It was the slowest f***ing elevator ride. It was like,
floor.
yeah, it was like, the doors closed.
floors.
It was like, and the whole time I'm stressed. I'm like, dude, I don't want to.
He was like fucking tiger. He was like,
I'm like, I'm blacking out. I was like,
like a fucking
it's
tiger,
not
dude.
safe for you. I was like, yeah.
You want this shit, man? You want this shit, dude? Fucking JDF.
Yeah, it was the longest elevator ride. Now I remember, and then afterwards, I was like, the next week.
But that's the elevator opened, and he was like, and he walked over. I was like, what the fuck? It was awesome.
I wouldn't have done anything, but yeah.
No, he would never.
As you can see, it sounds like, three friends reminiscing about a time Jason was removed from a panel at a convention, and Jason ended up getting on the elevator with Dinesh, which had to be awkward, but the audio is about to turn and focus directly on Aaron for the remainder being.
But
Okay, here's the juicy part.
the problem
Because I was
is
too small.
It's
Too small.
Aaron, too, and his dad, and it was like, I mean, like, he wants to do what? Want to buy a comic book?
He wanted to produce comic book. He's like, I got $500,000. I'm gonna $500,000. I'm spending the artist. I was like, dude, Aaron, you stole that money from us, man.
Okay. So apparently Aaron wanted to do something with a comic book. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's what it, dude.
Allegedly.
It's crazy.
Hey, I need money for locations. I need money for actors. I need money.
Did he have a budget sheet that he did for you guys?
Yeah.
And
He
he
over
just-
it 4 times.
Oh.
4 times over.
When did you figure out that he stole?
Towards the end, I mean,
Okay, this is interesting.
at that point, it was like, I was thinking of the investors and
It's 100% altered. I cut some of the altered parts out. Okay. Transparency is king. That is true.
it became a bigger thing than the company.
Yeah.
And also, he'd be Jason. He'd be like, hey, you want to piss Jason off? Don't fucking piss Jason off, man. Give me the money.
So he's using his name? Damn.
I mean, you know this.
The balls. Holy shit.
Of course, man. Of course. Of course. Just a big following on social media, man. No one wants Jason being like, hey, can't f with us. I mean, now I don't care. Now I'm like an individual entrepreneur, but at that
Well, you're like,
it's
now
like a brand.
doing- Yeah.
You know?
That was your baby.
Moved up there though.
Yeah.
No, it's my baby. It's like, it's a legacy brand. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just holding the baton. Pass it on. Now pass it on. Now I'm like just an individual. Like, you just can say whatever you want.
Yeah, but I always spoke to. I always knew
Jason's
that you
always been
respect
good.
me and
He was
like
always
me,
good.
even though Aaron and everyone's like, oh well, you really pissed Dinesh. Yes, I do, but I do feel that, like I was telling them, I was like, I like you, and I think that I probably proved my loyalty, my work ethics to you,
Dude.
and
Jason did everything and then 10 times more. It's more
Who's David Cross over here?
the brand. Except for
Stickers
one
and-
time. Except for one time, which is my fault, where I pulled him off from a panel.
yeah,
And for like 1 second, he thought about beating me up in an elevator. That's it.
But the one thing you're going to get is you're going to get real from him. That's the one thing.
that's what he said.
But
Obviously.
dude, that's
yeah.
but I'll take that, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? We did the panel. We did a good panel. He fucking did not get involved. We talked about him incessantly.
I told Josh. So yeah, it was bad, but I
But
mean,
you were always smart that way, dude.
yeah.
Not a lot
But
of
I'm
people
glad.
can-
I'm glad. You know, I always knew things were okay with us. I mean, I did. I thought you already see.
You know what
how,
I'm
you
looking
already
forward
see
to?
how I am.
I'm looking.
Tell me on set. They're like, well, Bloodshot's really not an actor. He's a robot. I said, no, he's not. I said, he's an actor. I used to say that all the time. Look,
Yeah.
the whole film is great because those writers, even Bloodshot Reborn, is even fucking better.
Jason, so you were really fucking good. So don't fucking shirk this.
Yeah.
There are people that would love to work with you, man. You gotta get out of the fucking Aaron camp. Am I wrong? Get out of the fucking Aaron camp. The reaction you're having here is because you're stuck in Aaron camp.
You're stuck in Aaron camp. That's interesting.
Here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna tell you one story about Aaron. This should tell you everything you know about Aaron. So Captain America Civil War came out.
Okay, this sounds like it's about to get juicy.
No, sorry. Winter Soldier. Captain America Winter Soldier. For me, as a movie fan, there is no Marvel scene that I go back to again and again and again, except for one. Nick Fury in the car. Remember, Nick Fury in the car, this car sequence, and these guys are fucking shooting in the car, and he's like, no, not yet. He's like, not yet, not yet, not yet. They're shooting. Car says 10% damage, not yet. 2% damage now, and this fucking gun comes out a little. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's awesome. That's who you should be. You should be Nick Fury in that sequence. But Aaron doesn't know enough to build that sequence. He's not that talented. And so for me, don't work with Aaron, dude.
That's interesting. Like, Aaron, they're saying that Aaron's not a good director. Like, he doesn't have a sense of direction, it sounds like, with how he builds up scenes. And that kind of makes sense. Because if Aaron directed Legend of the White Dragon from what we've seen with the leaked clips, like, the pacing and the build-up in those scenes, it just happens like, I know he's going to claim it's the sizzle reel, it's the sizzle reel, it's not the final one, but if you watch those Legend of the White Dragon clips with everything just happening, like, it's like the scene where he's fighting the monk guy and then he gets stabbed and then he gets thrown in the water, like, that pacing for that scene is off out of nowhere. Like, Dragon Prime just shows out of nowhere and stabs him. And that pacing is just so weird if you go back and watch it. Like, I know Aaron will claim it's not the final cut and stuff like that, but just the weird pacing and the build-up that they do is really weird for that.
He's a fucking hack. I worked with you and Aaron. He's a fucking hack, dude.
It's so crazy, the reputation, though. Like, I heard that from Kyle. I heard that from Lionsgate.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, Aaron's getting... I want to rewind that. Let me rewind that.
A fucking hack. I worked with you and Aaron. He's a fucking hack, dude.
That's interesting that he's getting called a hack. And then what does JDF say after that?
So crazy, the reputation, though. Like, I heard that from Kyle. I heard that from Lionsgate. I heard that a lot. And I get it.
So JDF heard that from Kyle and heard it from Lionsgate. And he said he heard it from a few people, which is interesting. It's interesting that a lot of people have... Este's in the chat. Este's in the chat. What's up, Este? I need to watch your latest video. I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it today, that is for sure, because it dropped while I was at work. But that is fascinating. When you say Lionsgate, so Lionsgate, I believe they might have funded the Street Fighter thing, possibly, with Enway. Not entirely sure.
Get it. That's why with Johnny on set, I was like, dude, I told him, you know what? I told him it was so bad. Oh my God. I was like, you know what you do? You direct action. Even your action has no heart.
Dude, even as a second-year director,
no.
he's bullshit. He's not even a fucking stunt
I
coordinator.
did tell him. I did tell him. I told Johnny. I said that he has no heart into his stuff. Like, it's action, but it's the same shit. That's the problem.
That's fascinating. So I guess he had a discussion with Johnny Youngbosch, that Aaron's direction is just action, no soul or build up to it. It looks like that Aaron just likes to do fight scene after fight scene after fight scene. No build up towards it. That's how it sounds like how he wants to direct.
That's really the
Leeching
problem.
off of you, dude. Yeah. Move on. Jason, move on, dude.
So
Let me tell you what. I'll tell you something, okay?
There are 50 fucking AFI directors that are better than Aaron. Aaron's not even a director, dude. He's not a secondary director. He's a fucking...
But
if it wasn't for Nikolai...
You know the money
Nothing.
stuff? Yeah, he hired
Nothing.
Nikolai. But you know the money situation I text you?
Mhm.
That was the deal. We got $4 million. He takes $2 million to direct. And I'm like,
That's crazy. So they wanted $4 million. Aaron wanted $2 million to direct Legend of the White Dragon. That's crazy. He wanted $2 million to direct. $2 million to direct Legend of the White Dragon. That's how much Aaron wanted his cut. $2 million. That's insane.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, if we got $4 million to do something, you want $2 million to direct? Well, that's the deal.
Dude, put it on
No,
the screen. Put it on the screen.
no, it's not. Well, dude, $2 million to direct a $4 million movie?
Put it all on the screen, dude. You would do it.
I
Put it on the
will.
screen, dude.
Well, he said he did that with Valiant anyway. He said he made
No,
no
he
money
did
with
not.
you guys.
No, he did
I
not.
made no money. I worked my ass off.
Oh, he said that?
Fucking Johnny.
He
Yeah.
said that?
Yeah.
He made...
He said you guys never paid him.
He made $360,000. $360,000. He embezzled. Dude, Jason...
That's interesting. Let me go back. Can I get the captions to pick up what he's saying? Okay, this is going to make things interesting.
Yeah, I worked my ass off.
Oh, he said that?
Fucking Johnny.
He said that?
Yeah.
He made...
He said you guys never paid him.
He made $360,000. $360,000. He embezzled. Dude, Jason...
Okay, that's interesting.
He said that to you? He embezzled money out of fucking us. He embezzled.
He told me he didn't make anything. And
Jason,
gave
part of the
me
reason
license.
I got thrown out of my company because of Aaron. He embezzled fucking money out of us. Josh quit. Josh, my number 2, my lieutenant, quit Valiant. He was so sick of Aaron.
Yeah.
Dude, he was so fucking sick. Aaron stole money from us.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Dude, no joke. Aaron stole money from Valiant. He embezzled money out of
Heard
fucking
that. I
company.
did hear that with Lionsgate too. Though.
Yeah.
Oh, so Lionsgate was aware of this. Okay.
I did hear that with Lionsgate. I did. And then,
He
but
invested in Atlanta.
Aaron told me, "Do you think I'm going to work for? You know, I've got nothing on fucking Valiant. They didn't pay me. You know, it's like that's what I heard the whole time. Like that all his money went into the thing. He never got paid.
Then there's a difference because if you think about it, with you, it's all about passion first, money second.
Yeah.
The money will follow.
Yeah,
Dude, but that's the way I work.
Yeah.
He made more money than the fucking budget of the show.
Yeah, who is this third person?
that's crazy.
Same with that. Same with Lionsgate. I know people with Lionsgate. That is fucking bullshit, dude. He fucking stole money. There was a $25,000 check. The job.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting juicy. A $25,000 check. Lionsgate, the movie studio. Yes. Yeah, I believe they might have helped funded the Legacy Wars stuff.
Josh wrote to him out of his own fucking pocket. I told Josh, do not do that, dude. You make $80,000 a year. This employee made $80,000 a year. Wrote a $25,000 check to Aaron. Think about that. Think about that, dude. Josh made $8,000 a year, a $25,000 check to Aaron. No, man. Don't fucking do it, Jason. Don't do it. You are a bigger piece for him than he
I
is
had
for you.
texted you was half that, and that's exactly what he said. That he's tired of working for people like Valiant who never paid him. I can't work for you because I'm not making no money. I'm not making money on Superpower Beatdowns. That's what all.
So he wasn't making enough money on Superpowered Beatdown. That's interesting. That is interesting. Joey Dunner, you're being a real fucking buzzkill right now.
He made so much fucking money out of it. He made easily $250,000 out of us. Easily. Do you see him pay that?
Huh?
You see a penny of that?
Me?
Yeah.
Possibly. I spent more money on a jacket than I caught on Dathan, but it's fine. I'm
No,
just,
it's
I
not.
think
It's
yeah,
not.
it is.
Jason,
you know
it's
why?
not,
Because on the end of the day, me and
It's
you are
not.
staying here. Yeah, it is. For me, it is because I'm honest, you're honest, and that will get us in a higher
Dude,
place.
Josh lost a lot of money on that, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing that pisses me off, man. I got this fucking 28-year-old. He gave everything. How many days was he on set? Every fucking day, dude. Every day, this fucking guy was on set, man. He did everything. He needed something, he did it. And something he did. Everyone.
But Josh was really easy to boss around by. Aaron bossed him around.
Like, dude, this guy just wanted to make you go. Now I'm still his entire salary.
That's crazy.
That's a difference.
Well, I kind of that thing you asked me. So those 18 things was from that shit. I insisted a budget was on that day that he hit
Because you don't know where the money's going.
Well, it's not. It's just, here's the problem. I already told Johnny, we're already going to go over budget on the first fucking day we're filming. We started at 6 a.m. He didn't do the first shot until 12. And when you got there, we insisted the dialogue, but he was
So Jason, why don't you direct? You direct.
And let me go back, I was distracted.
I insisted a budget was on that day that he hit
Because you don't know where the money's going.
Well, it's not. It's just, here's the problem. I already told Johnny, we're already going to go over budget on the first fucking day we're filming.
That's insane. That's insane that they were going to go over budget on the first day of filming and he was having this discussion with Johnny. That's crazy.
We started at 6 a.m. He didn't do the first shot until 12. And
That, holy crap. Okay, so I studied film. I studied TV broadcast. For someone to start at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. and not do the first shot until 12, then what the fuck went into setting everything up? Because it shouldn't take that long to set up a set. It shouldn't take that long for makeup, props, and designs and stuff like that. That should take maybe like 2 hours at least, tops. Unless some people get there early on set and they get all that stuff done. But for starting at 6 a.m. and not doing the first shot for a film until 12 p.m., that is 5 to 6 hours you have wasted on set for that day.
when you got there, we insisted the dialogue, but he was
So Jason, why don't you direct? You direct.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't know the whole bat in the sun thing. I think you're right.
Do you think you'd be worse than Aaron?
That'd be great. I'm already.
Hey, they said that JDF would be a great director. That's good. Better than Aaron.
Fucking.
So Aaron's garbage, dude.
Yeah.
You think worse than that?
No.
I think he's better.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it, dude. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it, dude. Here's the thing. No one understands the fact that I do. I got a five-man company, got a shitload of money. Now I look at my life and I go, what do I do with a lot of resources? What do I use money for? I think you should build and direct your own shit, dude. For a lot of money.
That's exactly what I felt. I felt that it's.
Hi, Carl Higgins.
Yeah.
Should write some shit.
Yeah, Kyle wrote something that's great. That's really interesting.
Is he
Vanguard,
Brightburn?
I think it's. Huh?
Is he Brightburn?
No.
He came out this weekend. Huge fan of yours. Director.
Who? The
Huge
director?
fan. Yeah, huge fan of yours.
What movie is that?
Brightburn.
Show me how big of a fan you are. Put me in your fucking movie.
You should get in touch with him, man. But you can.
You know the movie he's talking about?
Brightburn. It was Elizabeth Banks.
Yes.
Yeah. See?
I'll get the director's thing, and I have
I'll give you
a blue check. I can
Instagram him, man.
I will.
Be like, hey, JDF, man.
Yeah.
Let's do some shit together. Do that. Don't fucking sell it for Aaron, man. See it? I'm the one guy, dude. I'm the one guy you will ever meet that will be part of fucking Aaron's group. That will not be like, I want to be part of your cream. I will not give a shit. Fuck that shit. I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Walk away. Walk away, man. Do you want to think you're bigger than all of them? Help me out here, man. He's bigger than all of them.
I like that you have my boys back. I like
I do.
Dinesh always did. I think he always did, even though, like, we did. I mean, people think, oh, Dinesh, like Aaron would tell me, oh, Dinesh really hates you. It's like, I don't think that's.
It's not true, man.
I don't think
it's
that.
not true.
I don't. But I think he made it so I go to him, not to Dinesh. You come to me because these guys.
So you're dependent on them.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
There
I
you go,
only
Joey,
go
you're
with
in
Joe
timeout.
right? Okay.
Joey, you're in timeout because you keep saying stupid shit. Like, if you're upset about this audio leaking, then that's on you. Go cry about it somewhere.
And they were telling.
Oh, God.
Let me give you an example, okay? Don't you remember Nicola posting it? Love Nicola. Chantel.
Yeah.
Love Chantel. You. Love. Aaron, not so much. But Nicola, Chantel, and you. Those are my three. I love them. And Joey. I love Joey.
I have no idea
And
who Joey is.
Alvin. Love Alvin.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Alvin's
it.
moved on.
Okay,
Those are my
I-
five, man. Those are my five.
And Joey.
Okay, I have to pee. I'll be right back. I'm a little guy with a little bladder.
I like that you have my boys back. I like
I do.
Dinesh always did. I think he always did, even though, like, we did. I mean, people think, oh, Dinesh, like Aaron would tell me, oh, Dinesh really hates you. It's like, I don't think that's.
It's not true, man.
I don't think
it's not
that.
true.
I don't. But I think he made it so I go to him, not to Dinesh. You come to me because these guys.
So you're dependent on them.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fascinating because it sounded like this audio, like, okay. So it sounded like Aaron was sort of being like the devil on JDF's shoulder by saying, oh, such and such is talking shit about you, such and such is using you, such and such is talking shit about you, and making it seem like they hate you. So that's fascinating with Aaron being that devil on, we'll say devil on JDF's shoulder, with the leaked Kyle audio and stuff like that came out, because that's fascinating. That is fascinating. Hail the chair, hail the chair. How far is the stream if you're saying hail the chair? What the fuck? I'm back now, leave me alone.
Listen, man. I only go with
Jealous
talented, right? Okay, and they were telling.
Oh, God.
Let me give you an example, okay? Don't you remember Nicola posting it? Love Nicola. Chantel.
Yeah.
Love Chantel. You. Love. Aaron, not so much. But Nicola, Chantel, and you. Those are my three. I love them. And Joey. I love Joey.
Yeah.
And Alvin. Love Alvin.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Alvin's
it.
moved on.
Those are my five, man. Those are my five.
And Joey quit or whatever, right?
Joey went on. Alvin went on. You went on.
Yeah.
Chantel went on. Nicola went on. Dude, those are my five, man.
You're so right, man. Everything you're telling me is exactly what I thought, and I told John about the same thing. Because, and Kyle, we talk about it. I see it. I see
So
it.
let me ask you a question. If you're funding all of it, and you're the star, why Aaron, man?
That's a good question. If JDF is funding all of it and he's the star, then why bring Aaron on board? Or why Aaron? When they could have found a different director or found someone else.
There's so many others.
Here's why.
Okay.
Because
Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
when Johnny wrote this thing, Aaron put his 2 cents in. And when I said, okay, well, we're going to walk, well, I told Johnny, go with your own shit. Like, we don't have to. But Aaron felt like he was attached to it. And, I designed this, I designed that. And, yeah, but I'm not too worried about it because
But say no, man.
no. I mean, I can't financially.
Now, early on, it sounds like Jason wanted to break away from Aaron, but really could not afford to. I wonder if Aaron directing is the real reason Johnny Young Bosch walked away, as opposed to him saying he was not a fan of crowdfunding during the pandemic.
There's many things that Aaron said to me.
He promised me a lot of things, and then he twisted my words and said, "You don't want the rest." I never said that, dude. I said, "I'm not gonna. I can't raise $4 million and pay you $2 million. What the fuck is that? That's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, if I got 500, he wants at 500,000, even a $500,000 budget, he wants 250, half."
No.
I remember in 2019 when Jason, his first Kickstarter had failed.
I remember this. They had a pledge goal of 500K, and it failed. Like, I remember when the Legend of the White Dragon was announced, I was actually excited for it because it looked like a new version of Power Rangers. It looked like a dark version of Power Rangers as they were sort of pitching it. And then it didn't get the funding, and then came back, and yeah. But yeah, let's keep reading. I'll keep pausing it, and that's upsetting someone in the chat.
Spoke at Fan Expo in Boston and talked about how he didn't want investors.
It turned into something like really huge. Like everyone was talking about the Legend of the White Dragon. They got helmets and they got all this stuff. That's why I posted that poem about when you make a footprint in the sand and the water washes it away, it doesn't really matter. It's always going to be there. You're always leaving a legacy behind. You're always leaving your pictures behind. You're leaving your YouTube links. You're leaving your Instagram. You'll always be there. And I believe that it's going to be something bigger. The only issue with something bigger is now we're dealing with something the whole corporation stuff. I didn't want to deal with that kind of stuff. I wanted it free for the fans. I was working for free. Johnny's working for free. All the actors are working for free. Now it's going to turn into something that I just might not want it to turn into. And
that's fascinating. That's an interesting take.
Investor, hey, I'll give you the money, but I want to own this and toys. And I just kind of wanted to do it for the fans. Me and Johnny had this thing, so it's not completely.
That's interesting because toys and that came into it, investors came into it. Yeah, it did turn a little bit corporation-y with Legend of the White Dragon.
Yeah, the Kickstarter, we would have made it if we did 45 days and we did other stuff, but I am not the kind of guy to say, please help me, because help means you need help. I'm blessed. It's not that the help that I need. It was more like it was just a team effort, so I never really sat there and, hey guys, please donate, please donate. I probably would have got the thing if I said that, but I don't like saying that. Please is only if I really, really need your help. You know what I mean? And I'm good right now, so that's what happened to the Kickstarter. It's disappointing because we had just an awesome script. But I'm sure if someone comes in and wants to pick it up, we've got to make sure it's not going to be all about money. I'm tired of doing that stuff. I'm tired of...
That's like the realest take. That's the realest take ever from JDF.
Working for brands is all about money. You know, when I come to Boston, I don't...
The second time around, Legend of the White Dragon was able to reach its funding goal and had a 2023 release date with just raising a little over 500K. Then Jason passed away and millions more were invested. And now they have to find a distributor and hope for a theatrical release for its top investor and family to make money, which I imagine the investor gets paid first, and then after he is made whole. I wonder what the percentages are for, any profits, but let's get back to the audio.
Zero, dude. Zero.
Yeah, no. But he's, I never make money. Yeah.
Don't pay him. Don't pay Aaron a fucking cent, dude. No, Jason, no. No. You worked hard for that money, man.
I fuck off with it, I buy comics, I got,
There's always a place to put the money, man. You got kids, man. You got a 15-year-old fucking daughter.
What are you? You got fucking a kid, and you got hundreds of millions of fucking dollars in comic books.
And I put them in my fucking kid, man. Dude, don't put them in Aaron.
No, it's not.
No one can tell you better than I can tell you not to do it, dude.
Yeah, I know. I heard the stories, but I just, didn't never get a chance to talk to you or Lionsgate. But I see it.
But here's the thing. You're fucking smart, dude. I know you see it. So
let me ask you a question.
When
When Johnny was asking me today about something, I could not answer. He says, why did you guys not just take consecutive 12 or 14 days and just shoot the series? Why was it sporadically over a year and a half?
Because Aaron.
That's fascinating.
No. I would love to have done that. But Aaron's whole thing was, we have these locations these days. Aaron told us this. Give me an example, okay? the sequence between you and Mike? We had the fight in episode 2.
Yeah.
Ninjak and Bloodshot, and we had the bowling factory. Okay, I wanted reshoots. We didn't have enough coverage. It's a whole sequence, amazing sequence, 54-beat fight sequence. There's one coverage. No coverage. We didn't have coverage enough. Aaron said to me, man, they sold the factory.
Oh, that water factory?
Yeah. By the way, shot there last week. So I called the...
No way. No way. That's fascinating. That's crazy. So they wanted to do reshoots, but Aaron said that they closed the factory. And then the week within having this conversation, they find out that it closed a week ago. Let me rewind that. Let me rewind that.
No, I would love to have done that. But Aaron's whole thing was, we have these locations these days. Aaron told us this. Give me an example, okay? The sequence between you and Mike, we had the fight in episode 2.
Yeah.
Ninjak and Bloodshot, and we had the bowling factory, okay? I wanted reshoots. We didn't have enough coverage. It's a whole sequence, amazing sequence. 54-beat fight sequence. There's one coverage. No coverage. We didn't have coverage enough. Aaron said to me, man, they sold the factory.
They sold the factory, apparently.
Oh, that water factory?
Yeah. By the way, shot there last week.
And so Aaron said it shut down when they wanted to do the reshoots. They wanted to do the coverage. And then between this Dinesh guy and JDF talking, it shut down last week. That's fascinating.
So I called the factory and I said, hey, I'll buy it. Sold it? I'll buy it. Which Aaron didn't expect. They were like, we're not selling. What are you talking about? Oh, you're not selling? So we can shoot there in a week? Oh, yeah, totally. We can shoot there in a week. Call Aaron. Hey, man, great news. You can shoot there in a week. No, they're selling it. I called them back. I'll buy it.
That's fascinating.
It's great, dude. I'm fucking CEO of a massive comic company. I got millions off my... So I'm like, great, I'll spend the money. They're like, no. We're good. We're not selling. You play this game, dude.
So with
Lionsgate, when you did the Lionsgate show, shot there, right?
at the factory.
Yeah. So they called me. They said, hey, man, we shot with Jason and can't shoot anymore because they're going to sell the shit. They're going to sell the factory. Yeah, that's amazing. They told us that, but they didn't have verses. Don't believe it. They went back. You got more footage there.
Yeah.
So Aaron plays this game. So he's like, no, they're going to sell it. They're going to sell the thing.
But here's the interesting about Aaron
Nice,
is
dude.
the budget.
Manipulation.
The budget gets higher and higher. Do you know why? Because he's running out of favors. That's why.
That's interesting.
If you can shoot and say, well, I can shoot this for X amount, but nobody wants to work because he's running out of favors, and people don't want to work with him. That is the truth. That's the truth.
Aaron literally got on the phone with Josh and me and said, hey, Jason will do this, Derek will do this, I will do this, to give us $25,000. And Josh said, I will find $25,000 out of my digital marketing budget. And he sent a check over. Do you see any of that?
No.
Do you think Derek saw any of that?
No. I already talked to Derek. I talked to Derek and I said, no.
Yeah. But it went right into fucking Aaron's phone, dude. He did it over and over again. My guess is $250,000. That's Aaron's pocket.
Okay.
That was earmarked for you and Derek and Chantel and Nicola and fucking all them, Kevin, all them, dude. It's fucked up, man.
Well,
That's what I
you
say
got
to you.
$90 million movie, buddy. And I teaching me some things tonight, too.
Come watch it, man. Come watch it. Let me know what you think.
I love the trailer, but that's so good.
But you gotta come to premiere.
Yeah, no, I want to. That's up to you, buddy.
Oh, Sam. Sam, good night. Don't be owned like that, Jason.
Oh, goodness. 86,400 seconds a day.
Wait. One thing. Okay.
86,400
One
seconds.
thing. If you can just get halfway out of Aaron.
Oh, yeah. January, the whole new team shooting the film, already done. Like I said, called Click Boom Badass. And the first thing Aaron said was, hey, who's directing it? And Johnny like, and Archie, well, can I do it? We're like, no. No. I'm one of the directors I use for my posts. He's great.
Good dude.
And he's great DP. Talk about like DPs. His front Esteban, oh my God, is so good. Great. And they work great together and he has no ego. If I tell him, he's like, no. He has no ego. And he's got some great short films that are great.
How many followers? Let's just that. What? How many?
Oh, right now?
Yeah. How many Aaron have?
Yeah. No, I with this social media, I taught her to. Since I came on board, he did. When he came to me, he had 300,000. When I did the Green Ranger beatdown, White Ranger beatdown, and promoting at Comic Cons, but not that much.
It's not me out. Oh, we will give a shit.
Yeah, I don't.
So just do your thing, man.
Okay. The next.
Kyle's like,
Where's your comic book?
right?
Where's your comic book
And
right now?
fucking showcase room, man.
Take us there.
Dude, here's what I'm looking at, your boy. You boys fucking 3 chokeholds tonight, man. Come on.
Vanessa's gonna wake up in the bushes.
Come on.
He's gonna wake up in the bushes.
Can I kick him leg?
No, be careful. No, come on, real one.
Kicking the leg.
Oh shit,
I'm gonna
dude.
tap till you feel it.
No, I feel it now.
For Jason to harken back on the budget 2 times really makes me think that Aaron did want half the budget to direct, but there's no way to prove that, right? I digress. Maybe someone will come forward. Who knows? Why is he being accused of stealing money? Which, like I said, it's completely unfounded, guys. Don't take that as a fact. Did he really get a $25,000 check from Josh or, whoever that person is? And whoever that is, how much is he making from Legend of the White Dragon? That is constantly on my mind.
That is the big question.
Considering the huge rock he bought for his wife, as well as him announcing he's getting a house. It's like, bro, the YouTube
He's buying a house in California that ain't cheap.
money, it ain't there. So where is that at? You know what I'm saying? I know he said he wanted to be transparent about the budget for beat downs, which $200K for a beatdown is.
That's insane. Goal budgets for each of the battles. Each time we hit a goal, we unlock another beatdown. 200K for Batman 90s versus Shredder 90s. 400K, Terminator versus RoboCop. 600K, Predator versus Mandalorian. 800K, John Wick versus Punisher. And then 99, like almost $1 million, Deadpool, Wolverine versus Scorpion Sub-Zero. That is insane. Look, I'm no filmmaker, but you can probably make John Wick versus Punisher for less than 800K. You can probably make that for like maybe 10K, 8K at least, depending on how fancy you want to go with it. But 800K, I get it that like each time you hit a goal, you'll get more budget to put into each one, which is bigger than the other. But that's insane that they want that amount of money for a beatdown. And people will give him money. People will give Aaron money because he's the good guy, apparently. He's JDF's best friend. He's carrying on the legacy and stuff like that. So people still like suckle him off and fondle him because they think he's a good person. But you do not need like $1 million to fund all of these. Maybe you do, because Aaron says, I'm not a filmmaker, I've never directed anything, so I wouldn't know, according to him. But that's an insane stretch goal to make. Like, some of these you can probably make pretty cheaply. I've seen some good fan films on YouTube. I don't think you need more... I don't think you need this amount of money to pay for it.
astronomical. I wonder what was the budget like?
I saw that comment, Chad. You meet Jason David Frank once at a Comic-Con and you're apparently his best friend now. I've heard that before.
For previous ones compared to the current budget. But furthermore, what percentages should the film turn profitable? Who gets what? In the end, Jason still stayed in the Aaron camp despite being warned about all the red flags.
That's also crazy that so many people told JDF that Aaron is bad news. He's so many red flags. He's bad news. Don't work with him. He's got an ego. He wants to take control over the project. It sounds like don't work with him. Don't work with him. And then the money embezzlement, allegedly. And JDF wanted to give him a chance. He wanted to work with him. But that's crazy. Props to JDF for having faith in him, but did he have faith in the wrong person in the end? Which is, don't want to say all signs point to yes, but possibly.
And again, consider the source being Dinesh, who was pushed out of his company with what seems to be an axe to grind with Aaron.
Pushed out of his own company. So the guy that ran Valiant Comics was pushed out of his own company.
And like I said, this audio is at this point 6 years old. Relationships could be mended, but who knows? Let me know what you guys think of this leaked audio and share it with a friend. Peace.
Okay. All right. So let me just
The money
say
not.
that. Okay. So that was crazy to react to hearing that for the very first time because this was being teased to me all week that this would, this was being teased a little bit. Be on the lookout for this. And I waited on pins and needles for this audio to drop because apparently it was, I think I've said too much, but either way, this is crazy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to end the stream here because I've got nothing to say. It's nearly 12 a.m. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to end the stream. I'll cut this into a VOD with my reaction and I will be back tomorrow on Henry's stream because I am definitely going to be calling in if I don't oversleep because I've got the day off work tomorrow because of Anzac Day. But I will end the stream now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, and thank you for watching.